Mustang has long stood as one of the most recognizable and celebrated American pony cars ever built, a machine that captured the imagination of drivers from the moment it first rolled onto the scene in the mid-1960s. By 1969, the Mustang had evolved into a more aggressive, more muscular interpretation of its original formula, with sharper lines, a wider stance, and an undeniable road presence that made it an icon of its era. The 1969 model year in particular is remembered for its bold styling revisions, extended front end, quad headlights, and sculpted bodywork that gave it a commanding, almost predatory look. Today, more than half a century later, that same silhouette continues to turn heads wherever it appears, but when combined with modern engineering and high-performance upgrades, it becomes something far greater than a nostalgic classic. This 1969 Ford Mustang Restomod represents exactly that transformation. A harmonious blend of vintage American design and cutting-edge performance, crafted for enthusiasts who demand both authenticity and exhilaration. Originally conceived during the golden age of Detroit muscle, the Mustang quickly became a cultural phenomenon. It was affordable, stylish, and endlessly customizable. Millions were produced during the first generation, ensuring that the Mustang would remain plentiful enough to support a thriving restoration and modification community decades later. Among the various body styles offered, coupe, convertible, and fastback, the fastback variant earned particular admiration for its sweeping roofline and athletic profile. Officially known by Ford as the sports roof, the fastback combined practicality with a distinctly sporty aesthetic that made it a favorite among performance-minded buyers. This particular 1969 example retains that unmistakable fastback silhouette, preserving the spirit of the era while embracing a modernized mechanical heart that redefines what a classic Mustang can be. Finished in a striking custom bronze exterior, this Mustang immediately distinguishes itself from more traditional factory color combinations. The bronze paintwork complements the long hood and short deck proportions beautifully, accentuating the sculpted fenders and crisp body lines that define the 1969 design. Under sunlight, the metallic tones highlight every curve and contour, giving the car a dynamic presence even when standing still. The stance has been carefully dialed in to communicate purpose without sacrificing elegance. Modern alloy wheels fill the wheel arches confidently, offering a subtle visual update that enhances the Restomod character without overshadowing the car's heritage. The result is a vehicle that feels both timeless and contemporary, equally at home at a classic car show or cruising down a modern highway. Step inside, and the interior tells a similar story of thoughtful evolution. The cabin has been refinished in tan upholstery, creating a warm and inviting atmosphere that contrasts beautifully with the bold exterior hue. At first glance, the layout retains the familiar architecture of a late 1960s Mustang dashboard, with its driver-focused instrumentation and clean horizontal lines. However, closer inspection reveals improved materials, tighter fit and finish, and a level of refinement that surpasses factory standards from the era. The seats provide enhanced support and comfort, making long drives far more enjoyable than they would have been in 1969. Controls feel solid and precise, reinforcing the sense that this is not merely a restored classic, but a carefully engineered Restomod built to deliver modern usability. While the visual presentation is compelling, the true heart of this Mustang lies beneath the hood. Power comes from a 5.2-liter naturally aspirated Coyote Illuminator V8, an engine that represents the pinnacle of modern Ford small-block performance. The Coyote platform has earned a reputation for reliability, strength, and remarkable high-revving capability, and the Illuminator variant takes those attributes even further with reinforced internals designed to withstand serious performance demands. Unlike the carbureted engines of the late 1960s, this electronically fuel-injected V8 offers immediate throttle response, precise fuel delivery, and smooth power across the entire rev range. The sound it produces is unmistakably American, deep, throaty, and assertive, yet refined enough to reflect contemporary engineering standards. The pairing of this advanced power plant with a Tremec 5-speed manual transmission ensures that the driving experience remains engaging and authentic. Shifting through the gears requires deliberate input from the driver, reinforcing the mechanical connection between human and machine. Each gear change feels purposeful, and the gearbox is renowned for its durability and smooth operation under high torque loads. Power is sent to the rear wheels through a Curry 9-inch rear end, a legendary component known for its strength and ability to handle significant horsepower without compromise. This combination of modern engine, proven transmission, and fortified rear axle transforms the Mustang into a performance machine capable of delivering exhilarating acceleration while maintaining reliability. With just 155 miles logged since its comprehensive makeover, this Mustang presents as virtually fresh from its transformation. The low mileage underscores the quality of the build and the opportunity awaiting its next owner. Every component feels tight, responsive, and ready to be exercised on open roads. Unlike many classics that are preserved primarily for display, this Restomod invites spirited driving. The upgraded suspension system improves handling precision, reducing body roll and enhancing cornering confidence. Four-wheel disc brakes replace the original braking setup, providing significantly improved stopping power and modulation. Together, these enhancements ensure that the car's performance capabilities are matched by equally capable control systems. Driving this 1969 Mustang Restomod is an experience that bridges generations. The view over the long hood, framed by muscular fender lines, evokes the romance of late 1960s American motoring. Yet the responsiveness of the steering, the linear power delivery of the fuel-injected V8, and the confidence inspired by modern brakes remind you that this is no ordinary vintage machine. It accelerates with urgency, the engine climbing eagerly toward higher RPMs without strain. The exhaust note builds into a thrilling crescendo, encouraging the driver to explore the full range of the power band. On winding roads, the chassis feels composed and predictable, rewarding smooth inputs and assertive driving alike. The broader appeal of a Restomod like this lies in its versatility. Traditional restorations aim to replicate factory specifications, preserving historical accuracy at the expense of modern performance. Radical custom builds, on the other hand, sometimes sacrifice the original character entirely. A well-executed Restomod strikes a balance between these extremes. It honors the original design language and spirit while incorporating technological advancements that enhance reliability, safety, and drivability. This Mustang exemplifies that philosophy. From its preserved fastback proportions to its state-of-the-art engine, every aspect has been considered with an eye toward creating a cohesive and usable classic. Beyond performance and aesthetics, ownership of a first-generation Mustang carries a certain cultural significance. The car represents an era when American manufacturers competed fiercely in style and horsepower, when automotive design was bold and unapologetic. The Mustang's success influenced countless competitors and helped define the pony car segment. Even today, it remains one of the most recognized automotive nameplates worldwide. A 1969 model, in particular, captures a moment when muscle car design reached a dramatic crescendo before the changing regulations and fuel crises of the 1970s reshaped the industry. This specific example, located in Texas, benefits from a verified seller listing and thorough documentation, providing confidence to prospective buyers. Transparent representation and inspection details help ensure that what you see is what you receive. While sales tax, registration, and other fees are separate from the advertised price, the clarity of the listing underscores the professionalism associated with its sale. For those considering financing, shipping, or trade-in options, resources are available to simplify the purchasing process, reflecting how the classic car market has evolved to meet modern expectations. Ultimately, this 1969 Ford Mustang Restomod is far more than a nostalgic tribute to the past. It is a fully realized performance machine that leverages contemporary engineering to elevate a legendary platform. The custom bronze exterior commands attention without shouting. The tan interior offers comfort and refinement while retaining vintage charm. The 5.2-liter Coyote Illuminator V8 delivers exhilarating power with modern reliability. The Tremec 5-speed and Curry 9-inch rear end ensure that every ounce of torque is transmitted effectively to the pavement. With upgraded suspension and braking systems, the car is balanced, responsive, and ready for enthusiastic driving. For the enthusiast seeking a classic pony car that combines timeless design with modern muscle, this Mustang stands as a compelling proposition. It captures the raw emotion and visual drama of 1969 while embracing the technological advancements of the 21st century. Whether admired at a gathering of collectors, cruised along scenic highways, or driven with vigor on open stretches of road, it offers an experience that is both visceral and refined. In a world where many classics are relegated to static display, this Restomod invites action. It is a car built not merely to be seen, but to be driven, heard, and felt. A true evolution of an American legend. Now, when that classic design is fused with thoroughly modern engineering, it becomes something truly extraordinary. The transformation from a respected vintage icon into a high-performance Restomod is not simply about adding horsepower. It is about elevating every sensory aspect of the driving experience while preserving the emotional DNA that made the car legendary in the first place. The fastback roofline of the 1969 Mustang has always carried a sense of motion, even at a standstill. The extended hood suggests power waiting to be unleashed, while the short rear deck emphasizes balance and athleticism. In this Restomod form, those proportions remain untouched in spirit, yet the subtle enhancements refine the overall presence. The carefully chosen bronze finish adds depth and sophistication, separating this car from more commonly seen reds, blues, and blacks. Under varying light conditions, the paint reveals layers of metallic warmth, accentuating the sculpted side panels and aggressive front fascia. It feels deliberate, mature, and confident, never flashy, yet impossible to ignore. Beyond aesthetics, the engineering philosophy behind this build deserves appreciation. A Restomod done correctly is an exercise in restraint as much as ambition. The goal is not to overwhelm the original chassis with excessive power or compromise its identity with overly modern styling cues. Instead, it is to identify where the original platform can be strengthened, refined, and modernized in ways that enhance drivability without erasing character. The integration of the 5.2-liter Coyote Illuminator V8 accomplishes precisely that. This engine, celebrated for its robust construction and high revving capability, transforms the Mustang into a machine that feels alive and eager in every gear. Press the throttle and the response is immediate, crisp, linear, and predictable. There is no hesitation, no rough idle typical of older carbureted setups. Electronic fuel injection ensures that the engine adapts seamlessly to varying temperatures and driving conditions. Whether cruising casually through town or accelerating assertively onto an open highway, the power delivery remains smooth yet forceful. As the revs climb, the engine note evolves from a deep rumble into a sharp, commanding roar that resonates through the cabin, reminding you that this is still very much a naturally aspirated American V8 at heart.